welcome back everybody. Today working on the Indian, and just want to make sure we're on. Yes, we are. And what we're doing today is replacing brake pads all around with EBC brake pads that are supposed to be much better stopping power than the original equipment. So in order to get to the calipers, we've got to remove this fender cowl, and this takes a 13mm deep socket, and just got to get these two bolts off, or nuts. There's a washer behind. There's another nut here, acorn nut. And this cover will not come off yet until we remove a 10mm nut underneath here, which is also holding the cover on. So this is a 10mm box ratchet wrench. Obviously a little hard to see. Because it's inside there. I've already got the Indian jacked up on the J&S floor jack. There's a nut and bolt holding the back of the cover on, and there is the caliper. And in order to get to the brake pads, what we need to do is just remove this brake pin. The caliper stays on, and this retainer spring comes off. Hope you all can see that. And then we replace the pads, put the backing plates on the new pads from the old pads. After we have done that, we squeeze the caliper pistons back in and should be good to go. So let's see how this goes. The wide part of this spring is up at the top. So let's unscrew this. Let's see if this works. Looks like a 5mm Allen. I guess we're still on the threaded part. There we go. Pin's coming out. And it's got an O-ring which we're going to grease after. So this is the pad retainer right here. The bottom is the skinny part and it holds the pads in. So I'll put all that in here. And I'm going to go get a flashlight and see what that looks like. Be right back. Sorry my camera was not recording, but I'll tell you what I've done is I got my torque wrench, set it to 14 Newton meters, and I torqued up the brake pin. The guides are in properly. The spring is set where it's supposed to be. Everything looks shipshape. So I will button up this side and then go on to the next side. What I've also done is I've pumped up my brake lever, which took quite a bit of pumping in order to get the brakes back up to where they should be, because what happens when you force the pistons back into the caliper, you're pushing the brake pads away, in effect, from the rotor, so you have no brakes. So in order to get your brakes back, you got to pump up your brake lever. So I've done all that, ready to button it up and do the other side. And let me know if you have any questions so far. So far it's going as planned.